What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Auto Intel Daily. Is this the first video I've done on Auto Intel Daily in the car? We are out today in the BMW M5. I am doing a quick little car meet. I'm popping up to meet some people real quick before I have to head out of town and roll out to the big showdown in North Carolina. It's a race with a bunch of actual race car drivers and social media influencers. I'll be running a few different cars there. My BMW F90 M5, this F10 M5, which is turned all the way up, by the way. And I have my laptop so I can flash the tune as soon as I get there. And I also have a Demon 170 that's coming out that is sponsored, so stay tuned. I will be running Mopars, BMWs, and maybe even a Tesla. But anyways, let's get into today's video. So, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has come out. California is now coming out with this new thing where they're going to allow gas stations to now sell E15 gas. Now, I know, they came out and they said, we're going to have this new fuel alternative that are going to save people in California, 30 to 35 cents a gallon on fuel. Okay, awesome. Now, that might sound great to you, right? But in all reality, E15 fuels mean you're going to burn more fuel. And if you have an older vehicle, it will damage it over time. It's going to break the fuel injectors. It'll damage all kinds of stuff. It'll cause the fuel lines to get brittle and come apart, and just it's horrible for older cars. Let me say that. Just like E10 was. And a lot of cars back in the day had to get modified fuel injectors and things of that nature to be able to keep running. Upgraded carburetors, just a disaster. Anyways, Lee Zeldin saw that California was pushing this and is ahead of the curve, and the EPA is proposing eliminating these alternative fuels. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's not just ethanol and gasoline. Now, I know that there are some very Republican-leaning districts that are not going to like this. And I'm talking about Iowa, Nebraska, because they make a lot of the E85. They make a lot of ethanol-based fuels. And nobody's saying E85 has to go away. E85 should stay. And Lee Zeldin has proposed exactly that. What Lee Zeldin is proposing is to eliminate the E10 and E15 from fuels to save consumers money, because science has already proven that if you have an E10 or E15 fuel in your car is going to burn more fuel, and it is going to actually cost you more money because you're going to have to buy more fuel over time as your car gets less mileage. And there's no actual scientific evidence that shows that an E10 fuel is better on the environment than just regular old non-ethanol gasoline. I talked about this in a video over on TK's Garage. I did a cross-country trip. We went to the Roadkill Nights in Detroit, and I drove this BMW M5. I know they're pretty reliable, huh? I drove this BMW M5 there and got E10 fuels most of the way. And then it was, I believe in Nebraska is where I got it first. I got the non-ethanol 91 octane. On E10 fuel, this car was getting about 400 miles, 405 miles to a tank. On non-ethanol fuel, I was getting almost 460, or I think the final number was 458 miles to a tank, which was significant. That's almost 3 gallons of fuel more. Now, when you think about this, right? When you think about this, you're going to say, oh, it's only 3 gallons of gas. Yeah. And here for me in Las Vegas, I'll give you a prime example, the average price of, let's just say regular fuel, so I don't have to confuse it with premium, is around $3.89, $3.90, all right? So let's say around there, right? Let's say $4. So you're going to tell me I'm going to pay basically $12 more in gasoline to buy the ethanol fuel over the non-ethanol fuel. even if the non-ethanol fuel costs 10 cents more a gallon, right? I save 3 gallons of fuel. Like, I'm saving $12. It is an absolute no-brainer. And the state of California and these other states that are trying to push for this E15 push, Lee Zeldin knows that. The science has already shown it actually costs you more money to run ethanol fuel than non-ethanol fuel. So I know people are going to be like, what's next? They're going to bring back leaded fuels? No, nobody said that they're going to bring back leaded fuels. They're going to bring back regular unleaded gasoline with no ethanol in it. And I think that would be a huge, huge step in the right direction. It's going to save the average family thousands, especially those that commute back and forth to work, a year, because they're not having to buy more gasoline, because they're not, you know, the cars aren't, you know, burning this stuff, you know, quicker or faster because it has ethanol in it, right? It doesn't have this crap in the gas. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will be posting the links and whatever. We're going to do an update video on this about the EPA and the proposal to pull back from some of these biodiesels and fuels. And by the way, I didn't even get into the low sulfur diesel part. Maybe we'll do a separate video on that. But that's going to make diesel vehicles run so much better and longer, and fuel pumps will be lubricated. It's going to save Americans a ton of money. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.